Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to introduce an important concept in programming, that is function. Using functions effectively can improve the readability and scalability of your code and help you build a solid system architecture. This idea is often referred to as modularization. Okay, so what exactly is a function? A function allows us to wrap a block of code into a NAND section. And whenever we need it, we can simply call the function and execute it. This greatly reduces code duplication and makes our program simpler and easier to understand. Now let's take a look at how to write a function. So first, we need to specify what data type this function will return. It could be an integer, or character, or a string, or any other data type. And if the function doesn't return anything, we use the keyword void. Okay, and next comes the function name. You can name it whatever you like, but it is best to use names that clearly describe what the function does. For example, we are creating a function that prints hello world. We might call it print hello world. And after the function name, we add a pair of parentheses. Okay? Inside the parentheses, we can specify what input data the function needs. In this case, since we are just printing a message, we don't need any inputs, so we leave it empty. And then we use a pair of curly braces to divide the scope of the function. This is something we have covered in earlier videos. Okay, inside the curly braces, we write the code we want the function to execute. Here, we will simply output hello world. And that's it. We have just created a simple function. Now we can call this function in our main function by just writing its name and followed by a pair of parentheses. Okay, and since there are no inputs, the parentheses stay empty. Let's run this and take a look at the result. Now let's create another function. This one will take two numbers, add them together, and return the result. How do we write this? First, we declare the return type as int, since it will return an integer. And we can name the function as addition. And inside the parentheses, we specify two integer inputs, a and b. Okay, in the function body, we can create another integer variable, c, that stores the result of a at b. And then return variable c with the keyword return. Okay, or to keep it concise, we can directly return the result of a at b. Okay, and again, we can call this function in our main function. We define two integers d and e and give them any initial value and put them into the parentheses. Okay, and we can create another variable f to accept the result of the function. And the last, we print the result. Okay, let's run this. Now let's go back to the function definition. The input parameters here are called local variables of the function. These local variables get their initial values from the variables passed in during the function call. After the function finished running, it returns the result, and the local variables are released. Okay, we can see another example of using this function. Actually, we can print the result by just calling this function. In the parentheses, we can give two numbers as the inputs directly. That's the result. Okay, just keep this in mind for now. Later on, when we talk about call by value, call by address, and call by reference, we will dive deeper into the details. Alright, in this video, we introduced the basic concepts of functions. I encourage you to give it a try yourself. Try combining functions with things we have already learned, like if-else statement or loops. This will help you get a better grasp of how to use functions and start doing some simple pattern design. In the next video, we will go further into functions and cover more advanced concepts. See you in the next video.